Every artist in the world needs to get to a place in their life where they feel confident with their own voice. You know, you cannot be afraid of your own voice, right? You start making music for the first time one night. You know what I'm saying? You bought everything. You bought the speakers, the microphone, the headphones, the whatever phones, like, you know what I'm saying? You bought your cell phone. You got Instagram on your phone so you can promote the music that you about to make. You know what I'm saying? And you sitting there one night, you making this beautiful song. You finish the first bar, the second, the third, the fourth. Now you want the fifth, the sixth. Then you get to the seventh and the eighth, and you're like, let me hear it back. Let me play it back. You play it back for yourself. You sitting there, you know, emotions going through your minds from the lyrics that you wrote. It was the most beautiful song you ever made in your life, right? And then boom, it hits you. I hate my voice. And that's how you feel. You in that mode where it's like, I hate my voice. I don't like the way that I sound. I don't think other people gonna like the way that I sound because I don't like how I sound. The reality is, it's just that you don't love your voice, and you need to learn how to love your voice because you only have one. You know, you're never gonna be able to go to an engineer and be like, because I get this all the time because I be engineering people, but you know, I'm also an artist, so it's like I hear something like, yo bro, like make me sound like Playboy Cardi, like do some effect, da change this effect, change that, the auto tune off, the auto tune wrong, the auto tune be right. You just don't like your voice. And I be feeling bad for so many people because they all got to deal with that. Most artists have to deal with that like early in their career. They just sit and they thinking to themselves like, oh my god, I'll never be as good as Drake, or your voice ain't deep enough for a girl. Like you can't hit those notes. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, go to, you know, those, you know, you got alto, soprano. You can't hit them mezzo soprano notes that you want to hit, and you angry at the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you're an alto, your voice might be just as beautiful or better than a soprano, right? If you're a rapper and you're a tenor, yeah, it's rough, but you could work on that. You could figure it out. You know, make the steps to just appreciate who you are, you know. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that, right? Because it's hard to love your voice at first when you first hear it, because you're comparing yourself to all the artists that you've ever known, all the artists you've ever loved, all the music that you play in your headphones on a daily basis, and it doesn't compare to what you're hearing from yourself, right? But this is the number one sure way to really appreciate yourself for who you are, right? First, you need to find your sound, right? A lot of people don't know what their sound is. They don't know who they are. They don't know what melodies, what key signatures, what pitches sound the best, you know, with their own personal voice. They haven't practiced on the mic enough to know, like, okay, like, yeah, if I just use my chest voice when I rap, it's gonna sound better than if I'm using my head voice when I rap. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, most people don't even know what a chest voice is from a head voice to whatever's in the middle, you know. And you have to figure out what it is you sound best at. Like, if you're a rapper, right, and you're listening to me right now, like, you might sound better on soulful beats, right? You might want to be a trap star, and you're not even that guy, but you might want to be a trap star, and you rapping on these tough ass beats. But in all reality, you might sound great on soul, right? Then you have dark soul. Then you have like this bright Kanye hype soul, like, you know, back in the day. But Kanye, you know, he does it all. But you might sound good on a hyper track than a more mellow track. You know, like my mellow artists, you might sound better on a hype track because your voice complements the hype. You know what I'm saying? You're so mellow that contrast with the hype sounds amazing. Or your voice might be so powerful that you might sound great on a slower joint. Like, you might just even sound more powerful, more introspective. Like, the reality is, you just have to dig. You have to figure it out. You have to find it. You'll never know who you are until you search for it. You can't just expect, like, you're gonna hop on this mic and you're gonna be the best artist that you ever heard in your life, you know. Next thing is just self-belief. Like, if I'm being honest with you, I'm gonna show you guys this, right? Because, you know, I told you guys I'm an artist or whatever. Okay, never mind, my phone's dead. Embarrassing. But I have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of songs that will pop up somewhere here. I have hundreds and hundreds of songs that I've worked on. I've had nights where I'm just grinding, figuring it out. by myself. You cannot go to a studio and try to figure yourself out. You're not gonna be the happiest person in the world. You need a home studio. Artists need home studios so they can figure out who the fuck they are. Right? You'll never understand the benefit of having a home studio until you go to a studio. You spend $500 in one night, and then you'll never get to hear your voice until you spend the next $500 the next weekend or the weekend after. Whenever you have the money again, like, you might not have it like that. If you buy yourself a home studio, it could cost you just $500, and then at that point you're able to sit in that home studio every day. If you need to steal beats, look, I'm a producer, I'm an artist, I'm an engineer, but steal the fucking beats. Figure it out. Just rap every night, sing every night, do what you gotta do every night, because no one else can do that shit for you. And if you really want to know who you are and you really want to discover your sound, where you see yourself as an artist, then you have to do what's necessary. And sometimes that's doing it by your fucking self. So like, comment, subscribe. I hope you figure it out. I did my best to share what I know, what I've done in the past, and sooner or later I'm gonna just be rapping on this channel. I'm gonna just be myself, I guess. Follow me on Instagram at Mixed by Marcus. I'm trying to have a more open dialogue with people, so people could really understand who I am, and I could get to understand you guys, and like, we could actually create a genuine community. I have a Discord down below if you want to join my Discord, so that way we could talk. Whatever, if you have thoughts, it's free to talk to me. It's free to whatever, produce with me, talk to me. I'm just happy to be a part of the community. So yeah, you guys check me out. I'll be here. All right, it's Marcus.